Just as you thought it couldn't get any better, look what's coming in the latest version of MobiClean Pro. So we'll just go through all the features, including the ones that were already there, but you'll see there's some very exciting new features. So first of all, on the main page, you select where you're going to publish your MobiRise site to. You enter the domain name you want to replace MobiRise.com in the engine links and things like that, and the name of your site and the site email address, and you can replace then all emails that say support at MobiRise.com with that email address. You can also use the prototype feature, which will replace all other MobiRise links that you've missed, and if you select that, you'll just get a warning to say that. That won't save with a profile. It has to be selected every time you run. Okay, so then let's have a look at the additional options. So you can choose not to add the Cleaned by MobiRise comment on the pages just by clicking the box. If you leave it unchecked, then it will put the Cleaned by MobiRise link. You can add additional comment after the site made by, so you can put the version number or whatever you want to put in there, or contact information, anything you want. Now you can also select to output the edited files to a different folder. Now that folder must be a different folder and not a subfolder of your published files. If it's a folder of your published files, you're going to get duplicated entries. So that must be a separate folder, and it should be empty. And you also now get the option of outputting either just the edited files, or if you click the box here, it will output all the files. So it's all the subdirectories and assets folders, everything else in the mobile. So it's a complete folder ready to publish to your site. You also get the option of replacing some custom strings. So for example, if you've got a copyright 2016 and you want to replace it with copyright 2017 throughout the site, then you can do that here, and you get a chance to do that with 2 custom strings. So that's an extra feature. Now additionally, you can get it to completely remove the engine tags, the MobiRise engine tags, or you can replace the description with your own URL and with the URL you set on the main page, and your own custom text. You can also now set it to remove excessive line breaks in the page code. So where you've got extra line breaks in the page code, you can get it to remove those, and that will also help with the page load time. Okay, so that's the additional features. Now let's look at the Pro options, and in the Pro options you can add the author tag. So if you want to add an author tag, you can add a subject meta tag, you can add a copyright meta tag, and you can also add a rating meta tag, and you can select from general, mature, restricted, 14 years, or safe for kids. You can add a distribution meta tag, global or local, and you can add a revisit after meta tag, so 17, 31, 180 or 365. Now you need to bear in mind that some of the meta tags may not necessarily help your SEO, and it gives you some examples here which ones may not, so only use them if you really feel you have to. You can also add meta tags to stop the page being cached by the browser, so that means it has to reload the page on every visit, and again you can switch that on or off. And you can also get it to anywhere it finds a MobiRise version number in your page. You can, depending on what version number you're using, you enter that there, and then you enter whatever version number you want to put in instead. And again, you can switch that on or off with the checkbox. Now, other HTML tag options, you can add a OG tag to the end of or a prefix tag rather to the end of your HTML tag if you wish, and you can also add a language option to the end of your HTML tag, and it gives you all the possible languages, or most of the possible language you can use there. And again, you can switch those on and off. And these will replace specific strings. If it finds a Mobirise website creator text in your pages, or Mobirise web creator or whatever, that will replace any of those with that. And again, if it finds those strings, that will replace it with that, and so on and so forth for those 4 specific strings. And then you have another very SEO friendly option, and that is to compact the HTML. And you have options here. You can compact all the HTML in HTML pages and or PHP pages. So now, if with the 2 checked there, that will fully compact the HTML on HTML and PHP pages. If you uncheck the PHP, then it will only compact the HTML on HTML pages. Now, if you select the HTML pages and PHP, or one or the other, and select tidy only, then it won't actually fully compact the HTML. It will just tidy up the HTML and remove all excessive spaces and things that don't need to be there. Obviously, when you uncheck that then compacts it fully, but the HTML of the page will be virtually unreadable to a human, because there'll be no breaks, no line breaks, no spaces, no nothing. So that'll just be pure HTML, but it will increase your page load time, or sorry, decrease your page load times and increase your SEO quite considerably. Okay, so now we've got all that done. So let's just run it on a particular. I've already published the site to this folder, so now we'll run the process. And bear in mind, we're going to compact the HTML on this particular instance. So first of all, let's copy all the files to our new folder, and then it will start analysing. Here it goes, and processing all the different options. Bear in mind, this is quite a big site, and as you can see, it's already made 1,279 replacements. It's now gone up to 1,500 nearly. It's now over 1,500. 16, 17. Now it's compacting the HTML. So now you can see the total size was 576 kilobytes before it started compacting, and after it compacts it's only 517 kilobytes. Now that may not sound like a big reduction, but it makes a big difference to your SEO. So if we have a look at just one of the files, so we'll open the folder. Slow opening. There we go. So here's the folder now with all our compacted files. So let's have a look at the index file. Okay, so let's have a look at Notepad. So there's our compacted HTML. And as you can see, there's no line breaks, no carriage returns, no spaces anywhere. It's just pure HTML. And you can see that the language replacement has been added to the HTML. Our changes here have been added, and all the Mobirise links have been changed to our own site name. So you can see the HTML is now fully compacted. Okay, so let's just go back to the Mobilize. So now let's go to another option, which is to optimize the images. So if we go to the optimize images, that will then, what we can do is we can optimize the images in the assets images folder. So I suggest you use level 6, which tends to work quite well and without too much loss of without any noticeable loss of quality. So if we process the JPEG images, you mustn't press any other buttons while it's processing, but you can see it started off, our total images were 15,389k, and after it's processed them, we've now got that down to 12,300k, which is a saving of 20% in the image size. So that's going to help your SEO quite considerably. So now we'll process the ping images with the same level at the moment, and they started off at 317k. We got them down to 199k, which saves 37.1% of their size. And if we now just close that and go back to the index page and now preview that in Firefox, you'll see that the images have not really lost any quality. They're still pretty good quality images. So, but I saved an awful lot of SEO time, load time. So let's now go back to the program. Now the next option you've got is now a new option, which is the sitemap option. So you can get it to create a sitemap automatically. Here, for example, if you want to exclude any pages from robots, for example, you wouldn't want your thank you pages to be indexed, or perhaps the transaction list, or submits, or the sorry, or certainly not the setups. And if you've got a lot of pages that you want to exclude, in fact more pages than you want to include, then you can select them all in one go or deselect them all in one go. So let's we've actually got a lot in this one we want to exclude. Okay, so we want to exclude all those pages, and of course you can exclude everything if you want to stop robots from actually scanning your site. You can then set the update frequency, how often you update your page or your pages. This will pick up the published site URL from the main page, but if you want a different one, then you can type in a different one here. And if you want to add the no index, no follows and index follow meta tags to the relevant pages when it's creating the robots file, then you check the box there. So let's create the sitemap. Okay, the sitemap's now been created, and now we'll create the robots text and we'll add the no index, no follows and index follows meta tags to the pages. Okay, so that's now been done. So now if we go back to our index page, you'll see now we have a robots content index follow, because index was one of the ones we wanted it to follow. If we look at a different page that we had excluded, which was so if we have a look at that one, it's now got robots content no index no follow. So they will be excluded from robots that read the robots meta tag. If we have a look at the sitemap is now there. So we can have a look at that. And as you can see, we now have our full sitemap of all the pages with the URL. And of course, if you're using HTTPS on your sites, there can be an HTTPS when you create your sitemap. And then if we look at the robots text, as you can see, we've got all the disallows that we marked and the details of where the sitemap is. So it's created your sitemap for you, it's created your robots text for you, it's optimized your images, and it's optimized your web pages. That is the new MobiClean Pro. In addition to that, you've got your saved profile, so you can save this profile with a name which you can then recall at a later date. And then if you want to load a profile, you can load a profile, and as you will see, all the details are then all filled in for that site, which is completely different to what we just used on the previous site. So if we reload that previous one, as you can see, we've got all our details back. So you can easily switch from site to site. So if you're working on 2 or 3 different sites, you can set up a profile in MobiClean so that when you publish your pages, you can just load the profile, publish the pages for that site, and then work on another site, load the profile for that site, and again do the same thing. So that's the new MobiClean Pro. I think you'll agree that all the features here are quite considerable, and it will improve your SEO considerably. 4.2.12 will be available soon. It's currently in test. It's been tested fully now on Windows 32-bit. It's just got to be tested on 64-bit. But apart from that, a few more days and it should be available to be released. And anybody that's already got MobiClean Pro will get the new version 4.2 as a free upgrade. And anybody that buys MobiClean Pro now will also get the free upgrade, and the full new version will be available very shortly. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed watching, and have a great day.